Now at noon, the Fort States area responds to the call and made first responders Safety Giving Day a great success through your donations and support for the men and women who keep us safe.
It's hot and muggy once again for us. We have an alert day now for strong to severe thunderstorms with a damaging wind threat as we head into tonight, and we have a new severe thunderstorm watch that just went out. We'll have the latest on that coming up.
And police make an arrest in the KOAM copper wire theft case.
State's most watched news starts now.
Authorities arrest a man suspected of damaging tens of thousands of dollars in copperware in an area internet provider. This is KOAM News at Noon. I'm Amber Jenkins. Troy Maples is charged with theft of property or services and criminal damage to property, among other crimes. It stems from recent copper wire theft from KOAM Telephone Cooperative. Authorities found Maples just outside of Pittsburgh. KOAM offered a $5,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and a conviction of a suspect in the vandalism and theft. Police say thieves are targeting grounding copper, but they are also cutting fiber. Though the copper thefts yield only a few $100s, the damage caused by cutting fiber is more significant. It can cause outages to services such as 911. Now, we got Chris coming up with the first look at weather.
Yeah, we have an alert day across the area. I apologize. We had a severe thunderstorm watch that came down just moments ago, so I'm trying to get the latest on that for you. We have an alert day because of the strong to severe thunderstorms that are expected later this evening, and the biggest concern right now is significant damaging wind gusts, 70, 80 miles an hour, potentially stronger than that as we head into this evening. So let's take a look at the severe threats. We have that low-end tornado risk across a good chunk of the area, so it's a possibility. It's a low one, but it is there. We've still got that low to enhanced hail risk, but again, the biggest concern is this enhanced wind risk across the area. And then these hatch marks, which encompass the entire viewing area, indicate the possibility for winds 75 miles an hour or greater across the region as we head into this evening. All right, quick look outside. MoDOT camera 20th and range line. We've got some clouds out there, but as you see, the sun's come out, which has helped contribute to the destabilization of our atmosphere across the region. Same from KDOT camera at 69 East 520th Avenue, plentiful sunshine. So here's a look at that severe thunderstorm watch. As you can see, it's most of southeast Kansas, and it runs until 7 o'clock this evening. And again, that just came down, and that is in association with, I didn't get a chance to update this radar, so I'm going to drag it up here for you with this activity right up here. This is what's eventually going to turn into what could be a potentially damaging squall line that's expected to surge southeast across the area this evening. Yesterday, started at 72, made it up to 96. Thankfully, nowhere near that record high of 113, but those heat index values out there certainly felt like it. Still hot, though. 84 Joplin, 83 Pittsburgh, 80 Miami, 85 Iola, and 85 in Nevada, so we are staying quite toasty. We'll have another full look at your forecast and that severe threat coming up.
Thank you, Chris. The Environmental Protection Agency is making its way to Cherokee County, Kansas to continue monitoring lead levels. It's been a concern in the old mining district for generations. KOAM Jasmine Knight looks at the effort to address the problem.
The former Tri-State Mining District, located in southeast Kansas, mined lead and zinc from the mid-1800s to the 1970s. Today, traces of lead, zinc, and cadmium can still be found in Cherokee County.
With 100 years of mining also comes 100 years of mine waste. Now, waste has been distributed throughout the community in some means by natural means, and in some ways by anthropogenic means. So that means like moving the material around.
Years ago, the EPA completed a major cleaning effort to remove lead waste from Cherokee County. However, if you still have concerns about your property, contact the EPA for a consultation.
Generally, we'll collect the soil samples, and then we provide those results to the property owner, along with an explanation of kind of what the levels are and what that means. Each one of our Superfund sites, we have identified levels at which cleanup would be required on a property.
As far as lead contamination, it can be hard to detect, but it's very harmful, especially for pregnant women and children. Symptoms of lead poisoning include slowed physical growth, hearing, learning, and behavioral problems, as well as nervous system damage.
There's things like hand washing, very simple things. There's, if you're tracking material in from contaminated areas on your property, making sure just to sweep and vacuum the house. Blood testing for children, that is a common one.
Overall, the EPA advises residents to stay informed and take the proper precautions when needed. Reporting in Baxter Springs, Jasmine Knight, KOAM News.
The EPA also offers lead testing for properties at no cost to the resident. Check out their website for more information. Well, we want to thank all of you who pledged donations during yesterday's Hero Fund telethon. During our newscast, we worked with volunteers to accept your phone-in contributions to help support first responders in the 4 states. You, your neighbors, and sponsors pledged thousands of dollars that would help buy such things as bulletproof vests, firefighting equipment, tools that help first responders who dedicate their professions to helping all of us. All area first responders are thankful for having a community that leans on them.
The work and grinding it out. I feel like when you have a passion for your job, you don't go to work a day in your life, and that's how I felt. I've loved every minute of working as a firefighter. Exceptional crews, exceptional people to work with, and getting to go out and do something, give back to the community in maybe it's just a small way one day.
Thanks to all the sponsors and first responders who manned the phone banks, and again, thank you to all who gave what you could. For some folks, they learned a lesson in culture and heritage. On Thursday, Missouri Humanities hosted a cultural heritage workshop in Joplin. It was a way for community members to brainstorm ways to increase engagement and better use of community assets. The day consisted of group discussions, activities, and a 2-part presentation.
How to better recognize your cultural heritage assets, whether it be historic sites, buildings, stories, that kind of thing. So we are doing a lot of different exercises, worksheets, just to kind of better understand your community's story, your community's heritage, and how to best utilize that.
The workshop was free, and the workshop also discussed Route 66 100th anniversary in Joplin. Kids in Miami jumped for joy on Thursday. The Iowa County Farmers Market hosted a jump rope competition. There were different parts to the event, including the longest jumping rope without breaking and how many jumps can you get in 30 seconds. This also gave kids the chance to learn some brand new tricks.
There's basic tricks, of course. You can just jump up and down with the rope, but you can certainly get even more involved with it. You can do crosses, you can cross your legs. We have different aspects in jump rope. There are power moves where you're going on your hands and you're flipping around. You can release the ropes all around the place, and you can manipulate it, wrapping it around your body, combine dance with it. It's just really fun.
Everyone who participated received a free jump rope, and winners earned gift cards. After the competition, there was a performance of jump rope skills by the Learning the Ropes group. That's a look at today's top stories and weather in your first 7 minutes. Up next on the KOAM News at noon. The Carthage City Council wants to see better communication between them and the Board of Water and Electric Plant. And later, we're making blueberry lemon ice cream sandwiches in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. The Carthage City Council says they want to improve the lines of communication with the Water and Electric Plant Board. This follows in the wake of the back and forth between the board and the council that led to some confusion about whether utility workers could get a pay raise. As you might recall, at one point, the council decided to dismiss the board members, then reversed that decision under public pressure. The mayor hopes better communication can help the city avoid similar conflicts in the future.
The board had given the general manager the authority to develop the salaries and approve, and they approved them through him, which was not communicated. We were not. That's where the miscommunication was.
The mayor says once the council receives the results of the study, utility workers can expect to see the wage increase in next year's budget. The Carthage Water and Electric Plant celebrates 125 years of operation. They hosted an ice cream social on Thursday. In addition to the sweet treats, it also featured live music, a dunk tank, a bucket truck rides, and old-fashioned games.
It really feels good. No matter what happens in life, when you have some adversity, you come out of that stronger and better off. And I think our entire community is better today, and we look forward to growing and becoming stronger as a utility in a city, moving forward to make our community the best place to live in Southwest Missouri.
The social was at Central Park. Still to come on the KOAM News at Noon, Mr. Food.
Craving a homemade dessert, but you don't want to turn on your oven? We've got just the thing, and boy, is it good.
But first, we've got an alert day as we are tracking severe thunderstorms that'll be moving into the area later this evening. We'll take a look at that forecast when we come back. Welcome back to the KOAM News at Noon. So as we mentioned, we now have an alert day for today, specifically this evening with the threat for strong to severe thunderstorms. And our biggest concern as we head into tonight is going to be that damaging wind threat. We also, just moments before the noon news began, had a severe thunderstorm watch issued for parts of southeast Kansas. So you can see the majority of southeast Kansas is under that severe thunderstorm watch, and that runs until 7 o'clock tonight, and it is part of a larger watch that's been issued for a good chunk of Kansas in association with these thunderstorms here that are going to eventually form into a squall line and surge southeast into our area as we head later into the evening hours. So here's a look at that. You can see the severe thunderstorm warnings with these now. Right now, their primary threat with these storms has been hail, but as this continues to develop and move southeast, the threat is going to become strong, significant, damaging wind gusts. Let's take a look at those threats one more time. All right, we've got the low end tornado risk. It's not zero, it's low, but it is there. We also have a low to enhanced hail risk across parts of the area. And then again, our biggest concern as we head into this evening is this, the enhanced wind risk, which as you can see encompasses the majority of the area. And then those little hatch marks encompass the entire viewing area. And those hatch marks are indicating the possibility of winds 74 miles an hour or greater. And there's that possibility some of these could be greater than 80 miles an hour as this line moves into the area. So let's talk timing on exactly what we're looking at with the arrival of these thunderstorms this evening. By 5, just barely starting to move into the viewing area itself. Look how fast, though, that line surged into the area. By 7, already Chinook, Fredonia, and look at the bowing shape on what's expected out of this thing as it surges south and east, and it gets an even more well-defined bow by 8 o'clock, and we're talking between 6 and 8 p.m., the distance it's traveling, it is going to be moving fast. And that's why these significant wind gusts are a concern with this line. Within an hour, already now down to south of I-44 from Monette to Anderson with this surging line of severe thunderstorms. And by 10, the leading edge of it is gone, leaving us with some residual thunderstorms. And we could see some redevelopment toward midnight into the very early morning hours on Saturday before the rest of this moves on out of here. So we're looking at anywhere between 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. tonight, that threat for strong to severe thunderstorms. And let's just be honest, that threat for severe thunderstorms with significant damaging winds as the likely outcome with this line of storms. And you can see where that does ramp up, and it ramps up quickly because, as we mentioned, that line is going to be surging to the southeast. And once it moves out of here, we'll trail off, and our Saturday doesn't look too bad, but we've got to get through this evening first. MoDOT camera 20th and range line looks good. Same from our camera here at the KOAM studios and at 7th and range line. You can see a few cirrus clouds out there where 84 feels like 87. Dew point is up there, so we're rebuilding that energy for this evening's storms. We're 85 in Pittsburgh. That box disappeared, but that's okay. We got a heat index of 89, dew point there 69, and around the area temperatures really heating up. 86 Fort Scott, 85 Nevada, Iola, 86 Yates Center, 88 Chanute, 80 Miami, and 79 in Neosho. Heading into the rest of the afternoon, temperatures going back into the low 90s. By 6, we'll start to see a few of those showers out there. And then as we head through the evening hours, that's when we're expecting those strong to severe thunderstorms. Temperatures dropping back into the upper 60s. We'll go 90 tomorrow. We'll get a break from the heat. We go 94 Sunday. Temperatures start heating back up as we get into the beginning of next week to near 100 degrees. And then we might see a few pop-up storms Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. But again, this evening, our primary concern is this line of thunderstorms rolling into the area tonight. And of course, meteorologist Doug Heddy will be here through the evening tracking those.
I know you guys are going to keep an eye on that, but we'll
Absolutely.
see what happens. Thank you. Well, stick around. We're making blueberry lemon ice cream sandwiches in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen after break. As we battle this heat, Howard tries to cool us off with a blueberry lemon ice cream sandwiches in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
From reading your Facebook posts and comments online, I know that most of you are looking for homemade tasting desserts this time of year, even though you don't want to turn on your ovens. So with that in mind, what do you say we whip up a fresh tasting homemade ice cream bar that's irresistibly good? We start by placing some store-bought lemon sandwich cookies in a food processor and chopping them until they're coarsely crushed. You may need to do this in batches. Then we stir in some melted butter. Half of this goes into a baking dish that we've lined with foil. Make sure you pat this down firmly to create a crust. As for the filling, we mix some softened vanilla ice cream with a bit of lemon juice and lemon zest and give it a quick stir. Then we swirl in some blueberry preserves and layer this over our cookie crust. Now we'll firmly press the rest of the crumb mixture onto the top and into the freezer it goes. Once it sets up, remove the foil, cut it into squares, and it's ready to serve. There you have it. Perfect homemade ice cream sandwiches that are brimming with lemon and blueberries. To get the step-by-step recipe for our blueberry lemon ice cream sandwiches, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard with Kelly in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a sweet no-bake way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Now here's a look at the 4-state market prices.
All right, we've got that severe thunderstorm watch for parts of southeast Kansas or 7 o'clock tonight. Severe thunderstorms, damaging winds between roughly 6 and 11 p.m. tonight. We'll be here tracking that. Otherwise, low 90s for highs, a little cooler tomorrow, and temperatures return to the 100-degree mark next week with those pop-up thunderstorm chances. But again, just tonight, make sure you're staying here with KOAM. We'll keep you up to date on those severe storms.
And I know y'all will. And coming up tonight at 5, the World Health Organization Cancer Agency has labeled the sweetener aspartame a possible cause of cancer. But a separate group examining the same evidence says the sugar substitute is still safe to use at recommended levels. Aspartame is found in roughly 6,000 products worldwide, from diet soda to yogurt to chewing gum. Plus, one of Webb City's biggest events begin today with a full day of events and an update on Neosho district repayments between the city and the county. Join us for those stories and more on KOAM News at 5. And well, before you go, thank you for joining us at KOAM News at noon. We'll see you right back here at 5 o'clock.